Hey everyone, Miranda here, and today I am coming to you with another Cook With Me. So today we're actually going to be making a soup. I guess you could call this like a pasta soup. In Spanish it's Sopa de Fideo. And there's just numerous variations that you can do. It's just one of those kind of soups that you can totally just make it your own, add whatever you want to it, and you're good. But anyways, so this is the kind of pasta, I guess is what you want to call it, because that's what it says. But so this is the Sopa Fideo. This is the angel hair one. They have like ones that are star shaped, ones that are alphabet shaped. And these you actually find in the Hispanic section at your local grocery store. These little bags of soup are only like 35 cents each. This one is a 7-ounce bag. There are some that are smaller, and it may not seem like a lot, but trust me, this goes a long way, especially when you start to add your own stuff to it. So you're going to need just one package of this. Well, I guess it also just kind of depends on your family size, but one pack is good enough for my family of 5. And then what I usually do is I add corn to it. So I have a can of corn here, and I decided I'm going to change it up a little bit, and I'm going to add in some shredded carrots. So I have that. And then what I like to do, so some people like to add like chunks of meat. You could do like chicken, you could do like steak. Sometimes I do like normal hot dogs and just cut them up into smaller pieces. Today I'm actually going to be using some of the little beef smokies. I actually prefer it this way. I think that these give it such a great flavor. So I'm using 2 packages of those today. These are 12 ounce packages. So again, I'm using 2 of them just so that there's some maybe like leftovers for tomorrow and stuff like that. But so then what I'm also going to be using, now this is something that you can totally do. There's like different ways that you can do it. So my hubby, he just has a thing for like plain like pasta, like colorless pasta, or soup, not pasta, but soup, like colorless soup. So, I always try to make my soups have some like decent color by making it red. And the way to do that is you can blend tomatoes and help it get color. You can also do the cheating way out of it, and instead of blending your own tomatoes, you can always use a can of like tomato sauce, or they also sell these in the stores, and this is like the bouillon cubes, but it's the tomato one, and you can even use just this if you wanted to. But what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to blend my tomatoes, because I need to use these tomatoes up because they're starting to go bad. So I think, let me see, I have like 5 tomatoes in there, and then I'm also going to add a couple spoonfuls of the tomato bouillon, and I'm going to add in some garlic too. I'm also going to add a bit of onion. I forgot to get that out, but I'm going to add onion. Then we're also going to add salt. And so I'm going to go ahead and add my things to make my sauce, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and added like 2 spoonfuls of the tomato bouillon, a spoonful of the minced garlic. I added just like a 1/4 chunk of onion, and I added some salt. Now, keep in mind, if you use the tomato bouillon, it does have salt in it, and then also the beef smokies with like the juice and everything, it also has like some salt in it. So you don't want to add like too much to this. Once everything's kind of all together and stuff like that, you could check the salt like towards the end. So I'm going to go ahead and add some water to this, and then we're going to blend it. Alright, so once it's blended, it should look like this, kind of a reddish orange color. Don't mind my mess over there. I have like limited cupboard space, so I'm trying to accommodate things in my cupboard. But anyways, so it should look like that. So what we're actually going to do next is take the pasta, and we are going to brown it with some onion, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so we have the oil in the pot, and we're going to let it heat up, and then we'll add the pasta in. Okay, so once it's hot, we can add in the pasta, and we'll brown it for a few minutes. You'll see that it'll start to change colors. Again, there's so many variations to this soup. It's a very common soup that one eats in Mexico. Again, like some people just do the blended tomato sauce and the pasta, or some do that and add corn to it. You could do this with or without meat. You could add like tons more veggies if you wanted to. I've done this with like potatoes. Sometimes we like to add in boiled eggs to this. I know my kids love it with boiled eggs. So that's another idea that you can do. Again, this is just one of those soups that you can totally just make your own, however you want, however many vegetables you want, with or without them. If you want meat, you could do meat. If you don't want meat, you don't have to. So, I mean, this can be something totally vegetarian or, a meat lover thing. It's totally up to you, and it's very economical. Like I said, the little pasta pack is only like 35 cents. And then you could just use like canned veggies. If you want to use fresh veggies, you could. It's just totally up to you how you want to make this soup. So we're gonna let this brown some more, but if you can see, it's starting to change color. They're starting to get like a darker brown. So just give it a couple more minutes and we'll continue. Look at that beautiful color, you guys. So this is good to go. So what we're going to do next is add some hot water to this, and then we'll add the tomatoes that I blended, and we'll add everything else as well. And if you choose not to do meat, you could even sometimes the way I do it is with corn and then the like boiled eggs, and I like to add a chicken bouillon to it just for the little additional extra flavoring. But that's something optional. Again, you make it how you want to. So I'm going to go ahead and add some hot water to this. And I have the temperature set all the way on high, which is what I always do for when I brown the pasta. After that, after the water's been added and everything's been added, then I like to just put it like on a medium-high heat, so that we can let the pasta cook thoroughly. Okay, so next I'm going to add in the tomato sauce that I made. And as you can see, it just kind of gives it a really nice color. And also, if you didn't want to do like tomato sauce or blend the tomatoes yourself, you could even use like a can of like diced tomatoes. That would work too. You don't have to give the coloring. You can totally do it without. That's fine. It's just kind of a preference here in my household per hubby's request. Alright, we're going to add in the corn. I've added in the little weenies, and so then I'm going to add in just a little bit of the shredded carrot. So I added in about 2 handfuls of the carrot. We're just going to give it a good mix, and then we're going to add a bit more water and let it do its thing. Okay, I've added more water. We're going to go ahead and cover this, and I have it on like a medium heat. I'm going to let it cook for, let's give it about like 10-15 minutes, and it should be good to go. Alright, you guys, so after about 15 minutes or so, my soup is ready to go. At this point, you can check, the taste, if it needs more salt. I just tasted it. It is perfectly fine. It is very delicious. So we're ready for dinner. And you know, everybody's stovetops, they vary, so you may need to cook it, you know, more time, or you may need to up the heat, you know, just because of like temperature variations and how quickly things heat and stuff. But so mine took about like 15 minutes. You know, some occasions, you know, it might take a little bit longer, but roughly 15 minutes at like a medium high heat should be fine. But anyways, so yeah, it looks like that. The pasta has cooked all the way through. You know, it kind of thickens up a little bit. So we are indeed ready for dinner. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.